Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Here today on our Training Thursday episode of the week, where we're going to be talking about how to properly use a cold plunge or cold-based therapy, as well as heat or sauna around your exercise and workouts for recovery, for mood, for the immune system, for boosting overall energy in your mitochondria. Let's dive right into the show. Again, all of the show notes for today, along with the 3 big takeaways, will be at stephencabral.com/2442. Now, all of my previous podcasts can be found at stephencabral.com/podcasts. There are 2,441 previous podcasts that can be searched with a little search box, and can actually check out previous shows on cold versus heat. Which one is best for what individual? I'm not going to go too big into that today, but just always remember that when everyone's out there telling you that, oh, you have to be using cold-based therapy, you just want to say, oh, do I? Do I really have to be using this? And because the truth is that maybe you should be. Is it right for your body? What are you looking to get out of it? Just because all of the kids are doing it doesn't mean that you need to as well. Now, if it benefits you and your bio-individuality of where you're at right now in your life, then yes, it would be a great add-on. The same for heat. I highly can recommend it for many, many, many instances. But again, should it be used for everybody? Well, maybe not. All right. So let's get into today's show. Let's actually share with you what a cold plunge can be great for, what heat-based therapy can be good for, and which one should be used before your workout, which one should never be used before your workout, and vice versa for after your workout for best recovery. All right, so one of the best ways, if people haven't already shared this information with you today or in the past, is that think of cold therapy. Think of it this way. Now, I know you see a lot of people online and they get into their 34-degree cold plunge, very stoic, no emotion. They take one breath in and they just slide right in as if it's nothing. Yeah. Okay, there are those people out there, and they're amazing actors. And I think that's incredible for social media. 55 degrees is cold. 45 degrees is really cold. 34 degrees, some of these go down to freezing. 32 degrees is really cold. To get the benefits of cold therapy, you can get the benefits of cold therapy if it feels cold to you, right? So I just want to share that with you. 56 degrees has been used for many, many years as cold-based therapy. That's still okay to use. Like you might get that out of like your shower or something like that. You can use your shower. It doesn't work as effectively. I'm going to link this podcast up as well. Again, all the show note links, so I don't keep naming the URL, is stephencabral.com/2442. I have another show on what's best, cold shower or cryotherapy, or cold plunge or your bathtub, right? Cold therapy there. Okay. So regardless, this is how I want you to think about it. Cold therapy is stimulating to the body, right? When you get in, like the whole point of me sharing that, like when you get in, you're like, oh, wow, that's cold, right? But your goal is to actually control the autonomic nervous system. As hard as it may be, you don't want that big stress response. Your body, though, is stimulated by that freezing cold, by that cold when you get in. So what happens? Well, you actually get a surge of norepinephrine, of adrenaline, potentially cortisol. You begin to help immunomodulate. It can actually be an immune booster as needed. So there can be a lot of benefit there. It can produce more dopamine, which can be incredibly powerful for a lot of people feeling low mood, right? So it can give you that boost and endorphins, almost like going for a sprint or doing a workout. So it can be really beneficial in terms of stimulating the body and mind. It can also help to tighten the skin. Not a bad little benefit there as well. Reduce inflammatory-based issues on the skin and potentially in the body as well. And one of the things that it's potentially been shown to help with is actually hair loss as well. So big benefits to doing cold-based therapy. We'll share with you when to do it and when not to do it. All right. Now, heat therapy has equally as many benefits, but different. Think of this. If cold stimulates, heat relaxes. This is going to be an important one because my goal is always to teach, and I want you to be able to answer your questions in the future, or at least have a really good foundation when someone's talking about everybody should be doing this, right? Well, should they? I don't know, right? Does everybody need to be stimulated, like body and mind? Well, if you're full of anxiety, you already produce lots of dopamine, you already produce lots of stress hormones, should you be doing cold plunge? I'll let you decide that for you. Because if you can't control that relaxation response, maybe not. But again, I'll let you decide on that. All right, now what about for heat? Well, heat relaxes. So it relaxes the muscles instead of stimulates them. So it relaxes those muscles. No shivering, relax, okay? What it does is it alleviates overall tension and anxiety in the body. Now, again, you still have to work with the relaxation response, but the heat is meant to be much more relaxing. It can actually open up the ear, nose, I always say ear, nose, throat, but ear, nose, throat, maybe the ears, but the nose, it can decrease sinus congestion. Mucus can start to bring it up, as well as in the lungs too. So it can be excellent for when people have some chest congestion, nasal congestion. I always do a sauna if I have any chest or nasal-based congestion. It helps to detoxify. When you are in a sauna, it helps open up your pores. Studies and research, multiple studies conclude that your body can sweat out heavy metals, especially in an infrared sauna. It can actually sweat out mold, phthalates, plastics, and other things through your pores, being one of your 4 excretory organs, right? Kidneys, liver, lungs, skin. Really, really important there. It can help with headaches and migraines. So another reason that you may want the relaxation effect from heat. And one more I'd like to share just as well is that it helps the immune system in a different way, in that it induces more of the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, relax, digest based state. All right. So now that I gave you basically the main crux of each one, again, that's just obviously a little sample. I have different shows in each one. Cold, stimulating, heat, relaxing. Now, if we're thinking about what should we do before our workout, I'm thinking that you may already know the answer. All right. We want to do the one that has the stimulating based effect before the workout. And we don't want to do it not just because but think about this. We're producing more norepinephrine, we're producing more adrenaline. That's going to help us with what? The workout. Do we want to be stimulated when we're looking to recover after the workout? The answer is no. But one other thing I want to share with you is this. The massive anti-inflammatory cold effect after the workout, where I know a lot of athletes have done it for many, many years, is not necessarily as great directly after the workout, because if there's any breakdown in muscle tissue of the body actually should have some inflammation in order to better start the repair cycle. Inflammation is a response of the repair cycle, right? Something broke down, tissue destruction during a weight workout, sprints, etc. The body then goes to do what? Repair the broken down tissue. Inflammation occurs from the repair as well as the breakdown. Cold can actually decrease that inflammatory response, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So, really important to keep that in mind. But here's what I also want to share with you, is that heat after the workout is almost like going for a stretch. Like a lot of people say, oh, there's no need to stretch after your workout because you can get pliability and mobility during the exercise that you do. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't disagree at all. You can stretch after your workout, not stretch after your workout, but stretching after your workout also does something else that's often forgotten, because, in our Western-based philosophy, we like to use this reductionist approach, which is like, well, there's no need to stretch if you do this, this, and this. Okay, got it. For the sake of stretching, right? For proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation of elongating the muscle spindles. I get it, right? I've read the research and science on it. But here's what is often overlooked in our Western reductionist approach, is that stretching also calms the nervous system. And by calming the nervous system, we induce the parasympathetic nervous system, autonomic nervous system response. That relaxes the body, which helps facilitate faster recovery. And so sauna helps induce that as well. That's why it's so remarkable. I talked about my 30-minute biohacking routine, and I'll often do my stretching while I'm using my binaural beats and my meditation during my sauna. And again, I can link up that show too. I believe it was just last week, episode 2435. So what I want to share with you is this. Your cold plunge, your cold bath, your cryo your cold shower should be done the first half of the day, not before bed. I know it helps some people with sleep. I'm not discounting that. I think those people are more advanced. They're able to really control their relaxation response. Fantastic. Again, when you're an expert, you get to actually break some rules. But we're talking about general population. That's one thing I always like to share with practitioners. I know there's a lot of practitioners listening to the show. Let's not always just think about where we're at. We've been doing this for many years. We may have a different knowledge base. We want to share what would be best for the majority of people, and then allow people to ascend up the ladder as they get more experience. And then we can teach different levels to that too, right? So I think that's important as well. All right, so that cold contrast shower, right? Hot, cold, end with cold in the morning. If you want to do that, you're welcome to. If you want to, you know what? Why don't I do that? I'll do a podcast on the best way to do contrast showers. We'll do that maybe even next week. And, or I should say this, if you're going to do your cold plunge, whether it's before a workout or before a run, you can actually do it before your workout. All right. That is a nice way to do it. Now, there may be more limitations in flexibility and mobility. So you want to be understanding of that. You may actually want to do a little bit more of a workout, warm up before your workout to make sure that you're not too stiff after all that cold, right? So maybe you do an hour before, a half hour before, towel off. And again, if you're just doing a 3 to 5 minute cold plunge, that's plenty, right? Like what's the goal? Is the goal to see how long you can do a cold plunge, right? Is it ego-based or is it for you and your body, right? If you weren't filming it, how many minutes would you want to do? For most people, 3 to 5 minutes is enough to get the effect that they are looking for, because remember, it's the consistency that counts. Not one cold plunge is what matters, but actually the consistency over time. All right. Now, having said this, after your workout is when you would then do the heat. A sauna after your workout is incredible. I used to belong to a couple different gyms. One was the Sports Club LA in Boston, and then it was turned over to an Equinox, and then I belonged to another Equinox, and they had sauna in there. It was a dry sauna. It was a hot sauna. We're talking like that thing cranked. And if you sat up on the top level, you were up there like 180 degrees. It was hot. You didn't need more than 20 minutes in there. Like it was cranking. So the nice thing is though, I could get in my workout, and my workouts are 30 minutes. Like I love to work out. I love to work out maybe even more than I should, right? Because again, we have to balance inflammation in our bodies, but I would go in there, and like half the time I was in the gym, it wasn't totally half, but like 50% of the time I was in the sauna, right? I was in there for a good 20 minutes, and I loved it. And it was a great way to right away begin to recover. Now, I don't go to Equinox gym, don't even have access there. After the pandemic, I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna set up my own at-home workouts and all that jazz. But I have my own sauna at home, and I can get right into that. And the benefits I can get now from a 30-minute, I do a 30-minute here without that 180 necessarily. I can get tremendous benefit. I can get the infrared light, all those good things, and it helps with recovery. Plus, I do my workouts mid-afternoon. So if I'm doing that afterwards, the sauna actually helps me wind down and then be relaxed, head home, be in a great mood, no stress. And then I get a great night's sleep. So a lot of people ask, how am I getting the 90 minutes plus of deep sleep? How am I getting 2+ hours of REM sleep? How am I falling asleep to a faster degree? How's my body temperature dropping, for the first, within the first hour of the night and heart rate? One of the ways that I'm able to do that is, yes, not eating 3-4 hours before bed, still using my intermittent fasting, which is extremely important, right? So I'm still doing my intermittent fast, but I'm getting all of the benefits of using that sauna. Again, you can use sauna in the morning as well, but the nice thing is I can do it after my workout. So again, let me give you a couple caveats. Real cold-based therapy, best before your workout and the first half of the day, because it can be very stimulating, maybe too stimulating for the mind and body as you're moving towards the later hours when you're looking to be winding down. So norepinephrine and stress is supposed to be the first half of the day, not the second, right? Stress hormones, cortisol, norepinephrine, first half of the day. Dopamine, second half of the day, calming cortisol, calming norepinephrine, more GABA, more serotonin, leading to melatonin. How do we do that? More sauna. So you can do sauna in the morning, and I'll do sauna in the morning on the weekends. I love it. I really do. Doesn't affect that. Not going to put you to sleep, right? It gives you more of just a relaxing effect. I love that on the weekend. But when you are doing sauna any time of the day, but certainly second half of the day can be tremendous for getting the body into a much more relaxed state. So hopefully today's show was helpful. Hopefully it gave you a good basis point for why you're doing what you're doing. And if you have been doing cold plunge afterwards, think about using it before. I think your workouts will be better. I think you'll be able to perform better. Your mind will be sharp. You'll get that surge of norepinephrine and adrenaline, and then you'll set the right amount for you. And then after the workout, that heat will help you to a far greater degree with recovery and then sleep that night. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Of course, if the show is helpful, I would love for you to share it with anyone you believe it could serve.